So I promised a video about this Game Boy, and here it is. As you can see, I even made a matching carrying bag. On the back side we have an additional pocket. You can put some documentation in there. As you can see, I got matching green zippers and a sticker on the front and clips to match the Game Boy. Okay, let's open it up. It's like a Christmas gift. There we have it. Game Boy with all the accessories. There's the Game Boy, charging cable, 12-volt car charger, power charger, headphones, and a Game Boy cartridge box with inside some items like a USB micro SD card reader and a micro SD to SD adapter. All in black and green. Now let's take a look at the Game Boy itself. The Game Boy has a 3.12 inch screen compared to a 2.6 screen the original Game Boy has. A Game Boy Advance has a 2.9 inch screen. In the middle we have the battery indicator. It has three colors: red, yellow and green. So red when the battery is almost dead, and green when it's full, and orange when it's charging. Here on the front in the corner we have a DS Lite mono speaker. On the bottom we have the headphone jack. It mutes all the speakers when you insert headphones. Then on the left side of the Game Boy we have a left shoulder button, a micro SD card slot with 16 GB of capacity, and below that we have a switch. This switch is for turning on the sound reactive LEDs and the backside speaker. All the way down, both speaker and LEDs are disabled. In the first position the speaker is on, and in the top position the LEDs are also on. Then on the other side of the Game Boy we have the right shoulder button. Below that we have a mini USB power connector for charging and a volume control. It's volume control used from the DS Lite. It slides up and down. This controls the speaker on the front side of the Game Boy and the back side. On the back side we have the big speaker. It's behind the battery compartment. The Game Boy cannot be opened there. The Game Boy uses two DS Lite batteries which can be charged throughout the USB, so it doesn't need to be opened. On top we have the Game Boy Color Cartridge. This cartridge cannot be removed. It has 4 stereo driven LEDs which react to the sound of the games. On top we have the on-off switch. It must be triggered like the DS Lite. You must pull and it switches back in position. One pull it goes on, and pull it again and it goes off. Yeah, that's about the outside. It's pretty strong, very well built. It's comfortable to play. There's original Game Boy buttons and D-pads. Time to turn it on. Pull the switch. selecting a Game Boy game here. So one of the nice things is you can stretch the screen from original to big. Now we're gonna start some NES games. Metroid on the Game Boy. Alright, we're gonna start something else now. One of the biggest features of this Game Boy is the support for Game Boy Advance games. The DS Lite has two processors. The secondary processor is the same as the Game Boy Advance processor, and because there is a flash card in slot 2 in this Game Boy, I can play any Game Boy Advance game without emulation at full original native speed. So no slowdowns and perfect emulation for all the games. All the games are located on a micro SD and will be transferred from the micro SD into the memory of the secondary flash card. That makes the loading time a bit long, but there it is. Okay. Switch it to the first position. You see the LEDs flashing on the sound. Now it's using only the front speaker. Now let's switch it to the second position. Yeah, that's really loud.